The program for me was set up when Ron was running it. We had everything was individualized. You could either go through small group type classes that the other pastors would run, or you could hire tutors, other pastors to tutor in other classes. So I kind of did the combination. We had 4 or 5 other commission pastor candidates in Northern Michigan classes that were involved. So we would get together some of the classes we had up at Ron's up in Traverse City. And some of my other classes were just tutors, and we just would sit down and we would just go through all these materials, and I had to pay attention because I was the only one in the class, So, but that went well, and for about those 18 months, I just kind of hustled through it because I wanted to get done. I wanted to get on with my ministry wherever God was going to call me, and that's kind of the way it went. I think the training was done well. I mean, because it was so individualized, you got a lot of attention. You could ask a lot of questions. You could go through material fairly quickly if it wasn't real difficult material. The people that we've interviewed have been people who have been second career people, or they're in a career and they want to go into the commission pastors program, and so they have that life experience behind them, and so they know what it's like to, to work long hours or to deal with administrative things if they're in a company of some kind. And some of the people just want to be very specific. They're really interested in small group ministry, but then they've been involved with that, so they have a lot of life experience that they bring in with them, and I think that's very valuable for a church. I don't know if a lot of commission pastors haven't talked with Bert about this, how many commission pastors really go into lead pastor positions as much as they go into staff ministry type things. But I think it's either way, I think it's a very valuable program, and it just brings a different flavor to the church, I think. I'd encourage them to pray about it, certainly talk with Bert Brownius about it. I mean, he's more than welcome to have you come down and chat. Talk with other commission pastors and see what they went through, what they're doing. The system is set up really in a nice way now. Bert has really set it up so it's more like graduate work through a university. You do a lot of stuff online now, and a lot of your materials that you do are all online, so it's a nice way to go. But certainly pray about it and talk with Bert about it, talk with other commission pastors, and just get a flavor for the program. And then just see where God leads you. What's nice is that you're not bound by anybody's schedule because it's so individualized. So, and I think all of those excuse me, offer wonderful challenges for ministry to reach out to folks, to invite them to the church naturally, but also to find ways to reach out to them in the community and build those relationships up. Churches, it's a lot of relationship building, within the church, and you certainly encourage your congregation to develop those relationships outside the church. I think 40 or 50 years ago, churches tend to grow from the inside, and now they grow from the outside in, because you're just out there. Our society is so mobile that people are always moving. So you have to bring the world in and go out to the world and just meet them where they are. I thought, what do I do now that is a direct result of all this training and really life experience, and the whole thing about being affirming and an encourager, and I would have to say it'd be when I do funerals. That is such a vulnerable time for people, and it's just a wonderful blessing to come into that and to sit and listen to them and tell their stories. Because when I do the family meeting, I was just like, tell me everything you can about your husband or your wife or your daughter, whoever it was. And then they share all that. We pick out the music. We pick out the scriptures we want to do. And then you get to craft this message in such a way to honor that person. And I just find that to be a real blessing, So. And then you get to give the service and tell people about Jesus, sing songs about Jesus.